Let's do something a little different today. So, if you're not a subscriber or casual viewer who's seen my stuff before and you don't know what this band is, I don't know what you're doing here, but I very much appreciate it. And if you are a subscriber or someone who's really chill and watches my stuff occasionally, pretty consistently, and also don't know what this band is, I'm not gonna bother and describe them because that's gonna take forever. Well, other than they're Christian and they're heavy metal, so that's cool. But if you do know what this band is and you're a subscriber, that means you're even more cool. Anywho, there are 12, kind of 13 albums to go. Everything I'm gonna say is just gonna be a bunch of nonsense to anyone who doesn't know what this band is. But if you are a Demon Hunter listener who doesn't know who I am, this is very different. I don't talk about bands, I talk about pretty much a singular game. Sometimes. I'm not some sort of music channel whatsoever. So let's just do it. Starting off with their self-titled Demon Hunter. I think this album is, let me think here. I'm just gonna put it in the middle for now, because this album, man, it's so different than what they sound like now. So much more heavy and raw. Ryan Clark himself sounds absolutely nothing like he does in his latest album. Doesn't even sound like the same guy. This album has a lot of memorable stuff, but also a little bit forgettable stuff. Well, I wouldn't say in the middle. I'd say kind of just scattered throughout. There's 10 songs, kind of 9 songs actually. Every other song is good and memorable, and then there's the other song that's like, I kind of forget what it even sounds like. I do like the sound. It's very creepy and ominous at times. It's very different than their later stuff for sure. And then we got Summer of Darkness. Yes, this album is everything worse. This is the only Demon Hunter album I can say with a straight face, I don't like it. This is the only one that I think is even worthy of being in D tier. The production's worse. To me, it doesn't sound as like creepy or eerie. The vocals don't sound as intense. The instruments don't sound as intense. There's way more forgettable tracks than there are memorable. The only memorable tracks in this album to me is Not Ready to Die, which everyone agrees, and also what everyone else agrees on is My Heartstrings Come Undone. Everything else, they got nothing to offer you. Some people like I Play Dead. I won't be for real, that one sucks. I don't like that song. It's so repetitive. I feel like it doesn't know what it's trying to do. I just want to move on before this gives me a headache. Then we got the triptych. I don't know why the image doesn't have proper whatever. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do this. Triptych is by far the best one out of these 3 to me. This one very much sounds like it's them turning into what they are now, where they have a very solid mix of melodic and screamy stuff. The album doesn't have a single track that's like exclusive to screams, which, well, maybe other than that cover track, but it's a cover track, so I don't really care about that. This one has, of course, Tide Began to Rise, not even a metal track, though it does have electric stuff in it, but I wouldn't really call it metal. And then, yeah, of course, it has a couple other slower stuff, but I find it to be just like the best step forward that they could possibly have taken. If that makes sense. I don't know. That did not sound right. But then we got Storm the Gates of Hell. I'd put it right next to Triptych, actually. I think it's... Oh. Is it better? That's debatable. I think it is. Especially if I'm ranking it with the deluxe songs. One of them is a bit weird, and probably like my least favorite song in the album, but it also has my favorite, which is really weird. To me, it's a stronger finale than The Wrath of God. In fact, the song itself is called Grand Finale, which is kind of It's kind of like one of the worst song names in my opinion. The production on this one, I don't know if I like it more or less. It's a very different sound to me. It sounds so 2000s to me. Yeah, I'd say it just like has all the ups that this one does. A little bit more downs, I'd say. But hey, at least a cover track isn't hogging a slot on the 12, 14 song list. So that's cool. Also, apparently, I think Collapsing was supposed to be on this album, but it was moved to The World is a Thorn. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'd put it in C tier, right next to here. To be honest, I don't know which one's better, which one I think is better. It has more songs, good. It has just as much memorable and forgettable tracks to me. And of course, back to the song Collapsing, which everyone freaking just goes nuts for, especially when I saw him live. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Meanwhile, I'm just like, alright, it's very much overhyped. It's a good song. It's a good album. There's plenty of underrated songs in this album, especially in the back half. True Defiance. Yeah, this is gonna be our first S tier. Wanna know why? Because it's not. I put it right here. No, I can't put it in the same tier as Summer of Darkness. But I can't put it in the same tier as Demon Hunter or The World is a Thorn. Hold on, wait. I think True Defiance has a very weak production. The instruments and vocals, they don't sound very heavy, which is completely in contrast to The World is a Thorn. The World is a Thorn, I forgot to say, production sound very intense. True Defiance, however, sounds like a rock album trying to be metal. I'm a Stone, the most popular song they have ever released. It's not even metal, which is cool. I love that. But it's super repetitive, super long. I don't like it for that. My Destiny, God Forsaken, those two, and then Crucifix. 3 in a row. I don't know what the order is. They're all great. After that, it falls off, except for Dead Flowers, and yeah, other than that, it's like, ugh. I'm just a little generic here. That's it. That's the word to describe True Defiance. Generic, and yet everyone thinks it's one of their best albums. Like, are you for real, people? Speaking of one of their most popular albums, we got Extremist. I'd put this one in B tier. I think this is overall everyone, or the most popular take that it's their best album. I disagree, but I see, other than True Defiance, I actually see the appeal. The production's way better. The songs are way more intense, which is what I want for the most part. And then it has some good slowdowns. True Defiance has too much slowdowns in a way to me. Or it's like, no, it doesn't feel intense enough or slow enough or soft enough. It's in a really boring gray area. Harvard Graveyard is one of the worst ways you can end an album to me. It's a great song on its own, but in the album, why do you end it like that? Which is why I think the deluxe songs are a much better way to close the album. And if it weren't for the deluxe songs, I wouldn't be putting it in B tier with these two. Waste Me and Helpless Hope. Just a very solid end to a very solid album. At this point, most Demon Hunter fans hate me now. I'm not sorry. I love this band. Probably more than you do. Outlive. Yeah, it's going right here. They're gonna hate me more now. I know it. They're gonna hate me more. If you didn't hate me already, now you do. I'm sure of it. It is definitely not as heavy as Extremist. It is arguably the lightest album out of these. But what makes it so good to me is that it just feels so... What's the word I'm looking for? I'm such a retard. The band was going through it during this one. And I can feel that. There's so much emotion in this one other than, rage that's like in Extremist. Outlive has such a beautiful sound to it. Man, something just grabs a hold of me when listening to this album. And I'm gonna say it, this is my second favorite Demon Hunter album. Also, Jesus Wept, that song, peak. One Step Behind, peak. Slight the Odds, peak. Such a banger of a finale to the album. Oh, you're right. The deluxe songs, they're right in the middle of the album to me. Next up, we got War and Peace. I'm just gonna rank them kind of together because that's how they were released, or in a pair. So I'll just start with Peace because it's my other D tier album. Their lightest album is called Peace, and then War. You'd expect War to be their heaviest, but I don't think it is. That title I think belongs to their first, or The World's a Thorn. But Peace, it's their lightest album. And there's only one track that has screams in it, only for a second though. But the songs in the album are really good. But it does get a little bit boring towards the end. I think it's not as good as True Defiance though. I'll spare you guys that. The vocals really make this album good to me, which is why it's not, you know, in Summer of Darkness tier. So War has those same vocals, but also better instrument stuff going on, and also the screams as well. This is the album that got me into the band and heavy metal as a whole. With that being said, it's not my it's my third favorite album. Grey Matter, Negative, Lesser Gods, those 3 songs. Oh yeah, and the deluxe song, Gunfight, are all peak. Lesser Gods is like a very intense, creepy way to end the album, which is fitting because it's War and everything. War is very solid. It's got some really good heavy tracks. A surprise, like there's like 2 songs that don't even have screams, which I'm very mixed about considering the album is War, but I'm not complaining because those 2 songs are both extremely good, especially Grey Matter. I'm gonna make this one quick. Their acoustic album, it's making their soft songs softer, pretty much. Sounds very, very pretty. I'm gonna put it here, though. I think I'm gonna put it, just keep it right here. It does its job well. Some songs I don't think really translated well into that sound, like I Am a Stone. I think it's pretty painful to listen to. In the Heart of a Graveyard sounds a little bit off to me. The Tide Began to Rise, Praise the Void, Carry Me Down, all sound amazing. Other than that, yeah, it just goes right there. I think that's kind of where it belongs. It's not the worst piece of work. It's not nearly their best. And then we got Exile. It used to be my second favorite album. For a little bit, it was my favorite. If you're not a fan, again, this album was very mixed. A lot of people argued it was their worst album they've ever put out, which baffles me. I never once thought it was that. I think a lot of people complain about the production, which, I mean, it doesn't sound like the sound itself doesn't feel very particularly interesting. I think the songs themselves are in the album are just so great. The production, yeah, I don't really call it having a really distinctive sound to it. A lot of people also complain that it sounds a little inconsistent. I don't really see that at all. They say some songs are too loud, but I'm like, it's heavy metal, how is it too loud? Revolutions, that song, absolutely nobody talks about it. My second favorite song, used to be my favorite for a long time. I've never heard one person talk about it, which sucks because that song is like, has everything you would want in a Demon Hunter song. I think a lot of people complain that it's a little on the lighter side. There's a lot more cleans than screams. I can understand that. I kind of prefer Ryan's cleans than screams, I'll be real. That's how I feel overall in metal, because the heavy stuff just gets old after a while. It loses all its power when it plays over and over again, right? And then there is this album. Yeah, I'm gonna put it actually right here. This album, I don't know how they did it, but it is like, they're easily, I mean easily, their best album ever since it came out. No questions asked. It's amazing. Their singles that they dropped, their first 2 didn't have any screams. I was a little concerned about that. And their third one gave you what you wanted. And then their fourth one, kind of their fourth one, was even heavier. The vocals, whatever they did to Ryan's voice sounds so good. Like when I first heard it, I'm like, wow, this is like, kind of reminds me of Outlive in a way, which the album itself, I kind of refer to Outlive Part 2. It's very personal, like this one was. I mean, the theme of the album is about Ryan's mother passing, so it's a very meaningful album to me, which is the same thing with Outlive. I don't relate to it. I sure hope not to. Man, it's a beautiful album. It's got the heavy stuff, not much of it though. That and Exile are kind of like very close to how heavy they actually are, and I think their song, the title track, There Was Light Here, that's my favorite Demon Hunter song, and it's not even a metal track. I had like all like the 5, or is it 6? Kind of 6 singles they released. Those were all like really high on my ranking of songs, so I'm like, the rest of the songs are not going to be as good as these, right? But they were like on the same level, if not better, because I'm just like, what? How did they do it? This is my ranking. I don't know how good of a video this is. Some things may shift around very slowly over time. Extremist, for example, did. So did True Defiance, so did Exile, because it used to be up here, but now it's down here. One more note before I dip. These are all ranked by how I feel about Demon Hunter. Like, Demon Hunter as a whole, the band itself, every album is at least, well, not counting Summer Darkness, every album is at least a B tier to me. Summer Darkness is like a D tier, C tier. And then their A tier stuff and S tier are all like S plus to me. And people, if you've for some reason are still watching this and still don't know what this band is, please listen to their stuff. If you don't like heavy metal, I still encourage you to browse their stuff a little bit because they have a very wide sound, and every album has like at least one song or two that is very much a standout compared to the rest in their discography. Yeah, you know, like if you like some rap, good luck finding that. Closest thing you get to that is Summer of Darkness, and this one's trash, just like rap.